whether they will be able to do it or not.
Right here, just some time back, this massive tree fell down.
People here are grateful for a shelter that will protect them.
समुद्र का पानी है ना वो बहुत ज़्यादा गांव पे गिर गया.
The sea is rougher. You can know that something is going on in that magnificent sea behind me. Cyclone Pylene. It's been feared for the last several days. Preparations have been made for it, and finally it reached the eastern coast of India. Now, we reporters have been along this coast of India. We've been tracking what's been going on, the progress of the storm, its actual crossing as well, and we've been also at the relief camps. We've been tracking with defence what's been going on, following along the coastline what has actually been happening. And first up, further up in Andhra, I'm in Visakhapatnam right now, but further up the coast of Andhra Pradesh, even worse affected, the Srikakulam district itself. My colleague Sneha Koshi has been at a relief centre. But now, of course, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people have actually gone into relief centres. Sneha, what is happening where you are? You're at a relief centre yourself. What is happening around you there?
Well, actually, inside the relief camp right now, everybody is sleeping. Everybody is sleeping. They're just so tired after whatever they have gone through throughout the evening. What they have gone through was unexpected for them. Though the administration had warned them again and again and again, but they were not willing to heed what the administration was saying. They were saying that we have always got warning signals, we have always known how to deal with this, we will deal with this, but it was not like what they expected. Now they actually realize it. Many of them started flooding the relief centers only after 6:30 in the evening, whereas since past 5 days, the administration has been trying to get them into relief camps to no avail. Today, when the nearby villages actually started getting inundated, that's when people started storming into the relief camps. There were many emergency relief camps. The one where I am right now, unfortunately, I can't move you around and take you to places because there is no power backup. There is only one light where we are standing, so I can't really show around. But this is an emergency relief center, and this was set up only at 1:30 today. For hours, there was just no power here. We were in complete pitch darkness. There was just nothing here except for people just gathering inside shelters, sitting together, huddled up together inside their rooms, without any light, without able to see themselves. But now all of that gone. The power has been restored here with the help of generators. There is backup, and so that is exactly the situation here. Maya?
Sneha, before I let you go, you've said that there is actually food, there is actually water there, but a basic sanitation need. Are there toilets? Is there running supply of water? Is there cleanliness there really? What are those shelters like in that respect?
Well, asking for cleanliness, I really don't know how much could we do. How much can I really ask for cleanliness? No, there is no cleanliness at this point. I don't see people complaining about the lack of cleanliness also. Food, yes, it was hygienic. Everybody actually relished it. They were sitting together, they were talking. These are all villagers. Many of them are sitting together and eating like this after a very long time. So it was clusters of villagers together eating their food. There's water supply. There's packeted water which is being supplied by the district administration. So all of that is there. Cleanliness, place to sleep, all of that, no, none of that is there. But I don't see people complaining here for that either. Maya?
Thank you, Sneha. Probably feeling grateful to actually be alive. Now, going right across to Bhubaneswar, where my colleague Sudhi Ranjan Sen has been. Now, some people who really were preferring there were the defence forces. Sudhi, what has been happening on the ground in order to cater to what was needed really after this cyclone?
Well, Maya, before I get there, just a quick update. What I'm getting to hear latest, that is, there are 5 deaths that have been reported. Must clarify, this have not happened after the storm hit, but these are all storm-related deaths. Have happened all through the day. That's an update that I have got. On the defence forces, well, the defence forces, the Air Force and the Army are on standby. Engineering columns have already been dispatched towards the area where the storm has hit. In fact, they left early, this afternoon. This morning, there was a C-17 Globemaster. It's one of the biggest transport aircrafts that we have. have brought in huge amount of equipments, trucks, ambulances, about 60 completely completely self-sufficient troops into it. There is about 1,600 NDRF troops who are here. There is the Odisha disaster management troops who are also deployed all over. But for the government, despite all that, it is the 12 hours, the next 12 hours, that is the most critical. Back to you, Maya.
Well, Tejas here actually, Sudhi, very interesting as you're pointing out that, this is really going to, the next 6 hours are going to be very, very crucial as far as the engineering, squad is concerned of the army, because I do recall in Uttarakhand when we were there, what a critical role the army played, and that's the same role that we expected to play here too. But let me just go to my colleague Aanchal Vora, who is very close to the epicenter, Gopalpur. Aanchal, two quick questions. You have been saying that the winds have picked up, the rain has picked up. That's one. What's the latest on that? And secondly, was there really, when the eye of the storm of the cyclone was passing over the area, was there a lull really? Because as it's really believed scientifically at least, there is no activity, no great activity in the eye of the storm. So was there a lull at some point of time? Okay, I'll just go to my colleague Sudhi, if I can come back to you perhaps, and maybe you can answer that question. Sudhi, I'll come back to Sneha. To Sudhi, first to you. Have the winds really picked up in that part of Orissa, because that's the area which will feel the maximum strength and the impact and the fury of the cyclone itself. Sneha, if you can tell me from where you are, what are you feeling the impact of the cyclone itself?
Well, actually, Tejas, I don't even have to respond to that. I just wish that I could take this camera outside the room where I am, and you would just hear it all. You can actually hear the wind gush. You can hear the trees just sway from one side to the other. Inside the room, you are hearing the doors just suddenly bang open. This is the condition here. It's raining continuously, heavily at times, and then it reduces its intensity, but the wind has been extremely intense. What we are being told is it is the next few hours which are actually going to determine the level and extent of the devastation or destruction, whatever we'll be seeing in the villages around, specifically those which were very vulnerable to this cyclone. I am in one of those places where there are a lot of villages surrounding me. Only tomorrow when we go out and we see, will we actually understand. But all around me, you actually can, I have seen trees fall down. I have seen poles falling. So all of that there, yes, the wind really, really intense. And we sitting inside the room, we can really hear it all.
I'm sure you
Tejas?
can, Sneha. I'm sure you can. And let me just, in fact, just show before I go to Aanchal, my colleague. Let me just show here in where I am. That is Bandarbani Petra. This camp here, this relief camp here. This is actually a school, and this tree which you're seeing right before me was actually standing at around 4 o'clock. But when the wind really picked up, this tree came crashing down. There was a light here. Officials removed that light immediately, and then of course the fire brigade got into action. If my camera person can pan upwards towards the skies, you can see those trees there, some light on them. You can see the way they are swaying. The winds are still pretty strong in this area itself. But Aanchal, if you can hear me now, two questions to you. First of all, what's the latest update from your area? You have been saying that it's been raining heavily and winds have picked up, but now it's about 1.5 hours since the landfall took place really. So what's the latest situation? That's the first question. And the second one, when the eye of the storm was passing by, of course we would not know when that happened, but did you ever feel or a sense of a lull, the proverbial lull before the storm really comes? Was there no activity at one point of time really?
Well, Tejas, I apologize. I couldn't hear you very well, and perhaps you can understand that the connectivity is a bit of an issue. Now, of course, the wind has been very harsh here, and it has been raining incessantly. We are indoors now. To tell you the truth, we are in a bit of a situation ourselves here. The place that we are putting up at is sort of falling apart. The windows are coming down. The false ceiling is coming down. There are about 12 people who are holding the main door so that doesn't come off. This is a 3-floor structure. The ceiling on the top is just about to crash down on us, it seems. The rooms that we are staying in all have glass windows, so everybody's just loitering around, worried that that might come off. So just to give you an idea of how severe the storm outside is, now that's us. We are in what we were assured of as a pakka structure, only made last year, and a strong one. Now just imagine those people who are staying in buildings like school buildings which have been converted into shelters, what's happening with them, and of course those who chose to stay in their homes very, very close to the beach where this the cyclone has unleashed itself, and what would be going on with them. I can only tell you what's happening with us here really at this moment. There is a pretty tense atmosphere at the place that we are seeking shelter in. Things are sort of coming apart here, and that makes one really worried about what must be happening with the people who've taken shelter in not very strong structures, all those who have refused to take it, all those who have not in fact been reached by the administration at all for any kind of structure. I mean, we met a lot of people who refused. We met a lot of fishermen as late as 4:30 this evening who were refusing to go take a shelter, who were still trying to save their boats. So we're not in a good situation in Ganjam district, I can tell you. But earlier in the day when we were tracking the administration, we did see that the administration has taken at least 120,000 to 30,000 people to safety. We hope that's all of them. We hope the administration has not left anybody behind, and we do hope there are no casualties. Aegis?